We could, like I say, we could go on all night on this front. Yeah, you continue, Craig.
Just to go back. I mean, like I say, my girlfriend is a market manager for a huge company, and she'll talk me through these things. And you're absolutely right. What you're saying, it's targeted marketing, and it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable when you listen to her speak, and you just think what these people are doing to get to their customers, and then you look at stock car racing, you think it's been so left behind. And the question you need to ask yourself as well: is it enough to just say, we've got stock cars racing around the track, come and watch them? Is that going to be enough to get the people through the gates? And ultimately, it's not.
The biggest meetings at Sunday are the ones that pay the bills, are the truck racing, the caravan racing, and I think it's the two big banger events, which is Blocky and the Bone Shaker. So those four of about 9, I think it's about 10 meetings a year. Those are what pay that. If it rains, we've got to be future-proof as well. You've got to move with the times. And like I say, 5K for a decent website. This is what Stuart, he was involved in building the website for the race wall. He said it's got to be future-proof, so that £5,000 they spent actually continues on. It is going to continue on that. And I think that the individual websites of each formula need to be better controlled. And if you had a central marketing focus like that, I think the days of it's lovely having Unloaded. I think it's fantastic. But again, I think that's dead money. I think that money that the drivers put to it and the subscribers put to it should be taken away and refocused into a better website which does that job. So when I started a blog years ago, I stopped doing it now because this is my new puppy. It was because I saw that, paper is going away. All the fanzines, the football fanzines, which is equivalent to what Unloaded is a fanzine. What going online? The way you make money off that online, you still sell the advertising. I'm selling advertising on Stoxradio now, so I've got my first advert coming on later on in the year. So we're selling these advertising spaces because it will make money. You don't go, you go listening. You got to meet your public, and the same goes to the things like that. If you can get the people say, okay, the results of that will be on briscoef2.com. We'll be up later with the photos and the video of that. And also, if you go to Briscoe Formula 2 Plus, you get the video and you get the interviews and all the other stuff there. So you've got an additional subscription model where you can get the streaming, video from the racing and get it done. So make a much more professional media partnership. Who knows what could happen? Who knows what could happen there?
Yeah, I do. I completely agree with what you're saying, and taking it to people as well. And it's the 21st century. It's 2017 now, and I said this the other day on Facebook. I think it was. People have got the world in their living rooms now, and it's harder and harder to get people to go out on a cold Saturday night and stand and watch the cars racing.
I watched the Saloon World Final on Periscope. I'll put my hands up. I didn't go to Skegness. It saved myself 70 quid. I bought 20 quid's worth of beer and sat and watch it there.
I mean, what needs to happen? That's got to be a two-way thing, because I think absolutely the sport has to start. The sport has to start looking at taking it to people rather than expecting people to come to them all the time. And I absolutely think. I mean, we're ourselves. We're talking on internet radio at the second. It's so accessible now. It's so accessible. It's not 10 years ago. 10 years ago, if you wanted to run a radio station or a TV channel, there are kids. There are 13 and 14-year-old kids now that have got their own internet TV channels, whether they're doing pranks or doing jokes, whatever it may be. Why can we not look at going down that route? But if something like that is to work, one of the things I hate above anything is when you get a big meeting coming up. Certainly the Formula 1 shootout last year, and there was a few times I saw it, and you see people on Facebook, is anyone going to be there periscoping it? And someone would turn around and go, well, why don't you just go? I'm not paying to get in. Why should I pay to watch it? And the problem is you absolutely should pay to watch it, because the sport has to pay. And it will go if it doesn't pay. Simple as that. That's what it comes down to.
Could get into for free at St Day if I wanted to.
Yeah,
I've used it sometimes when I've they say, "Oh God, you sure?" Always offer money. Go, you sure?
Yeah.
But I know that if my £10 note or £15 that I would have paid to get in, that £15 pays. Well, it goes some of the ways to paying John Wyatt's wages, the commentator.
Yeah.
Or so everyone gets something from it, and that's the main thing. And it's building. It's like I said, over the years, I probably built, one of those improvements at Taunton.
Yeah, it's an attitude change as well, because your 10 or 15 quid or my 10 or 15 quid doesn't make a big difference. But if 10 people, 15 people, 20 people think like that. And something else I mentioned a little while ago, and a frustrating thing is actually, because I've had some ideas over the years and I have mentioned it to people in a position to maybe look at doing something about it, and you just get looked at like you're stupid sometimes. In football, when they have the international break in October, I think it's the second weekend in October, there's an initiative there, because the Premier League and the Championship clubs, the top two tiers, are not playing.
Yeah.
You've got hundreds of thousands of people that would normally be going to football on a Saturday that've got nowhere to go. And they have an initiative: go and support your local team, be it a non-league team, be it an amateur team, whatever it may be. And it's this initiative, and it's just for that one weekend when they're not missing their own football, they will go and put 10 quid through the gates of their local amateur side. And if 20 people do that, that makes a big difference. Why can we not do something similar in Stockholm? Why can we not look at doing something like that? And it's something I've mentioned before, and like I say, I got a 1,000 yard stare, and that was that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I've got all the answers, but I'm just saying, where are these new ideas coming from? Because I don't see any.
Stuart Donnelly said, "A race will trial streaming with a view to rolling it out in the future. It will happen." Now, on a Saturday night, I always go, like I say, in season, if I'm not doing anything, because I'm often updating my points at the same time, I'll have the My Laps on, and I'll have the webcam on. And I've done it in the past where I've had it all into that. Ice hockey, they use an example, as a very successful streaming service. This is what we need to look at, I think, moving forward, is bringing the sport to it. I mean, like I say, I'm not going to get the cow and beef every week, but I'd watch it on the telly.
Yeah.
Or I'd watch it on my laptop. Like I say, I wasn't going to go to the Formula One World Final, but I was trying to find a way of getting the Premier Sports feed on there, because you could do it via a VPN, but we don't talk about that.
Well, that's a bit above and beyond me. You've just managed to get me on Skype tonight, so that's getting a bit beyond.
But then again,
me.
they sit round and have. This is the thing, that the promoters sit round and have conversations, and they got to meet in person to do this situation. Skype, everyone uses Skype now. Everyone uses FaceTime. These things are there. I mean, this is why we need to bring the sport a little bit into the 21st century. If we bring it into the 21st century, it'll survive into the 22nd.
Yes.
Smashing. Well, Craig, I think we've chewed the fat so many times on this one, but it would be good to have another catch up with you later in the season and see how far we can get on that. Because you're knowledgeable bloke, and you've got a lot of good ideas. And sing from the same hymn sheet as a lot of people do. A lot of people have the feedback I've got from people so far tonight is you bang on the money, you're spot on with this, you're spot on with that. So I think you've gone down quite well.
Thank you very much.
That's okay. Have a good evening, sir.
Thank you very much. Speak soon.
Take care now. Okay, we'll be back after this break. When he presses the button. Ha ha. Come on.
Attention. Our number one fan, Derek, has got his organ out. Want to give opinions on the burning matters of the day? Search on the Book of Faces for Stoxradio Talking Shop, where you can discuss what's Gordon Moodley's favourite member of JLS, should Buxton hold the Scottish Championship, and what should be the optimum temperature of a Balti pie at Birmingham Wheels. Go to Facebook and get involved in the debate, and we'll read it on the show, if you're good enough. Right, put it away, Derek. That's enough of that.
Missed an episode of the FT Show? Missed this? 3-2-1. Perhaps he should have won a dusty bin.
Yes, Red Attempt Roger still lives on. 3-2-1. I'm doing the gesture now.
One-on-one? No?
It is still needed. We are there for the drivers.
What about some of our race commentaries? You missed that?
Both go out! They both go out! And Michael Scriven takes it! On the line! Don't worry, you can listen again on Spreaker.com/Stoxradio, and you can even download and keep them and put them on your MP3 player and listen to them on the way to the track.
Like some people do. Weirdos.
Those jolly good eggs at Stoxradio need you. Yes, you, dear listener. We need reporters to give us interviews on the spot. Fancy yourself as next Team Linfield? Coventry gigs are available. Or if you just want to get gobby on air, like my grill, we have that too. Just drop us a line at Stoxradio on Twitter, facebook.com/Stoxradio, or indeed visit our site at stoxradio.co.uk. Okay, spiffing.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
New to Stoxradio. Leave us a voicemail. Rant on our new voicemail line about whatever you want. Visit stoxradio.co.uk and follow the options to leave a message. Get involved. Hear your voice on the voice of stock car racing. Stoxradio.
Advertise on Stoxradio. We have a rapidly growing listenership, and we want to make sure that there's an audience for your product. Stoxradio has packages from adverts to features. Even so, you can sponsor a show for a week, to a month, to whatever. Contact us on Twitter at Stoxradio. Alternatively, leave us a message on Facebook, facebook.com/Stoxradio, or visit our website, stoxradio.co.uk. Stoxradio, the voice of stock car racing.
Well, welcome back to Stoxradio. Well, Craig Driscoll, what a legend, eh? Lots of good thoughts and lots of things to be moving and chewing the fat on. It's all good. Just as a final point on that one, Ray Lennox been on, got to agree 100% with Craig. Stock cars need to explore new avenues to bring in a wider audience and explore targeting marketing more. Ooh. Well, someone who was a star of the LEC is going to join us now. She is coming from a career in junior rods at Mendips, and now she ventures into the big murky world of Briscoe Formula 2. It's a very good evening to Becky Pearce. Good evening, Becky.
Good evening.
How are you tonight?
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm a little bit better now. I'm glad the boy's asleep because I've got a little 1-year-old and he's been playing up, but he's all good. And the monitor's not going off. So, Becky, Formula 2 for you from March.
Yep.
Scary.
Very.
So, explain to the people who aren't aware of it what you've been doing at Mendips then. So, explain your career so far.
I started juniors back in about 2012. Got on quite well, come second and third West of England the past 3 years. This year I've become points champion and come third in the West of England. So
can't beat that, can you?
No.
It was always good to see you in the juniors. It was because there's always ever since. Well, this is where I show my age now, and this is where I show the age of the people who are actually there. When I was a youngster, about 7 or 8 years old, there's a lady driver in the mini stocks down at Newton Abbot, which is called Sarah Bowden. And bear in mind, she's 42 now, so it's scary how old she is. But we always used to follow her because she was the only girl. Now there's like loads of girls in all the minis and all the junior formulas now. Do you find it's easier for the girls, or is it harder for the girls to beat